All right, welcome to lesson 5 here. So we're going to be starting a new unit here about what are called integrals. So this first lesson is going to deal with how we look at a rate of change function and analyzing it in a slightly different way. Rather than kind of looking at the various rates of change and kind of saying what those mean, what we're going to be doing instead is we're going to be figuring out like how much total change has happened. What is the accumulation of our change? So how much has changed? Right. So in this first scenario, we're going to look at some snowfall, and we're going to talk about a function that represents how quickly the rate of change of that snowfall, and kind of we want to analyze the idea of how much has changed. What's the total snowfall, essentially? All right. The weather forecast for January is a snowy one. At midnight, there are 80 cubic feet of snow on Janet's driveway. Snow accumulates at a rate of 50 cubic feet per hour. At 6 a.m., Janet wakes up and starts shoveling. Will she be able to make it out of her driveway in time? All right, so how much snow is on Janet's driveway at 6 a.m.? So we have this idea that at midnight, right, it has a total amount of 80 cubic feet. And we also know that between midnight and 6 a.m. is 6 hours, and it is falling at a rate of 50 feet cubed per hour, cubic feet per hour, over a duration of 6 hours, right? So we have our rate times time to sort of figure out kind of how much snow fell in that time between midnight and 6. So if we kind of do our calculation here, this is going to be 80 plus 300. So we're going to have a total of 380 cubic feet of snow, right? So that's going to be the total amount of snow that is on her driveway. I don't know. That sounds like a lot. But anyway. Between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., Janet shovels snow off at a rate of 120 cubic feet per hour. Between 7 and 9 a.m., Janet shovels right off at 108 cubic feet per hour. Write a piecewise defined function for J of t that gives the rate of change of the volume of snow in Janet's driveway. So obviously, initially, she's not doing anything. So in that first period of time between 0 and 6, I guess all the way up to 6. I don't really know how we want to define these values, but it was snowing at a rate of 50 cubic feet per hour. Then we have this second piece that occurs between 7 and 9 a.m. Sorry, 6 and 7 a.m. So between 6 and 7, Janet is removing the snow at a rate of 125 cubic feet per hour. So the rate of change would be a negative rate in this time. And then finally, we have our third piece, which happens between 7 and 9 a.m. So that would be from 7 to 9. I guess we kind of go ahead and just end it at exactly 9. And she is removing snow at a rate of 108 cubic feet. So that's a negative 108. So just to recap what we're doing, right? Between midnight and 6, so between hour 0 and 6, it is increasing at a rate of 50. Between hour 6 and 7, 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., it is decreasing at a rate of 125 because she is removing the snow. And then between 7 and 9 a.m., it is also still decreasing, but at a slower rate of 108. Cool. So let's go ahead and graph this function. This is a piecewise defined function, obviously, and each of these are constants. So we know between 0 and 6, it was increasing at a rate of 50. So we're up here at 50. I wanted that to be red. Will that change it? No, but I can do it afterwards. Okay, that's our red piece. Technically, I should have an open circle here, I guess, because we're not going all the way up to 6. All right, and then between 6 and 7, she's removing snow at a rate of negative 125. cubic feet per hour. That doesn't really fit on my graph, does it? I need a bigger graph here. Well, let's just scale this down and just make do. All right. So that would be 100, 110, 120, 130. Okay, and so I'm going to approximate that here between 6 and 7. Okay, that would be like right here in the middle of this section. Meant for that to be a line, so good job, me. And we'll make that blue to represent this. So between 6 and 7, right there. And then finally, between 7 and 9, it was removing snow at 108. So that's like just short of 110. So again, I'm estimating this right here, be right there. Cool. When is the amount of snow on Janet's driveway decreasing? How do we know? Well, that one's actually a fairly easy question, right? It's when she's removing the snow. I see where I've screwed up.